My name is James Brown Henderson, and I am currently serving a life sentence in the state of Oklahoma for a crime I did not commit. And this is my story. On January 22nd, 2000, my life changed forever. That was the day law enforcement arrived at my home with an arrest warrant for both me and my vehicle. I wasn't home at the time. Instead, my then girlfriend, Megan Jones, answered the door. Officers asked her to come to the detective's vision to speak with them, and she complied willingly. While there, Megan gave a clear alibi that I had been at home with her and her children the entire day and night the crime supposedly occurred. She provided them with my phone number, then was released to her mother and sister. The very next day, I received a phone call from Detective Jeff Felon asking if I'd be willing to come speak with him regarding my vehicle. I agreed because I was confused and concerned about why my car had been taken. Detective Felton arranged for a police unit to pick me up and bring me to the station. Once there, I was placed in the interview room and questioned about my whereabouts and my vehicle. I told them the truth. I was at home with my family and I knew nothing about a murder. When I realized the conversation was turning against me, I asked for a lawyer. I wasn't about to let them twist my words or force me into a false confession. Instead of honoring my request, they stood me up, placed me under arrest, and told me I was being charged with murder. At first, the case struggled to stand on its own. The preliminary hearing judge dismissed the charges due to lack of evidence and the unreliability of witnesses. But the state didn't stop. They refiled the case under the claim of newly discovered evidence, even though the so-called new witness had already been known to the state and had presented no generally new information. To get past legal barriers and proceed to trial, the state combined the two testimonies from witness Ronnie Craven, who recanted his original statement, and Dara Malone, whose prior preliminary hearing testimony was omitted, despite clear issues of credibility and inconsistencies. Had these two testimonies not been properly combined, the case could not have been refiled. As the trial began, I expected the truth to come out, but instead of justice, I witnessed a performance of lies. The state misrepresented the evidence, witnesses gave false and coerced testimony, forensic expert testimony was misleading and, in some cases, flat out false. The defense attorney failed us. Their ineffective assistance allowed the injustice to proceed and to go unchecked. Despite my innocence, I was convicted and sentenced to a life in prison with the possibility of parole. I've now served 25 years behind bars for a crime I did not commit. Over the years, I pursued every legal avenue, appeals, post-conviction relief, and parole, but have been faced with constant denials. Even the Oklahoma Innocence Project began investigating my case in 2020. They eventually discontinued their involvement, not because I was guilty, but because key witnesses refused to corroborate or sign affidavits. And without them, they could not produce the exculpatory evidence required to proceed. So here I sit, 2.5 decades into a sentence built on false testimony, prosecutorial misconduct, and a broken system, waiting for someone to hear me, hoping someone will help. What I need now is legal support to help me file a new post-conviction application and to retrieve affidavits from the original witnesses, the ones who know the truth and could help prove it if they just come forward. I am not giving up. All I ask for is a chance to be heard, a chance to prove my innocence, and a chance to go home. Thank you for listening to my story. Again, my name is James Brown Henderson, and I am innocent.
This is the trial transcript of one of the witnesses, the one who recanted on the stand, Ronnie Craven. Read this and see how they ignored his confession and his truth. We'd be fools to act as if we don't know that it's happening all over, especially in Oklahoma. And they haven't done anything so far to help it. Since 1989, only 46 Oklahomans have been exonerated officially. Can you imagine how many haven't been exonerated and how many are still innocent, waiting, fighting for their life? We got to do our part to be the voice when they can't be the voice. We got to do our part to keep on spreading the word when they can't spread it themselves. We got to help some way, somehow, even if it means using our platforms.